Hello YouTubers, tonight I've decided to pull apart a Honda Mini 4-stroke whippersnipper engine. It's the overhead valve type. I've taken the cowlings and everything off at the moment, but I will strip it down to everything because I'm quite interested to see what's inside. I know there's not many videos or diagrams or anything on the internet that actually show what's inside these little engines, but I'm quite interested to know. I know that I've had the rocker cover off before, and the rockers are tiny and the push rods are all tiny. It's very, intricate little parts, so I think it would be quite interesting to pull the motor apart and see what's inside. It does run, but it's very smoky and very complaining, complains a lot. It does have compression, so I don't really know what the problem is, so I'll have a look at that anyway. So anyway, I'll just pull a bit more apart and then keep recording. Okay, so I've just pulled the head apart, and here's your inlet valve. It's pretty damn tiny when you think about it. Here's the exhaust valve. I think I've found the problem of why it run rough and smoked. If you can see there, it's got a hell of a lot of carbon, and the actual face of the valve is all pitted and worn and disgusting really. So there's a tiny little valve spring. I actually compressed that with my finger to get it off the head there. That's your inside view of the head. So the rockers did sit in here. That was your center pin there. The little push rods come up there and the valves were here. So here's the rocker. That's actually very, very small. It's only about an inch long. And here's the push rod. Fencing wire out on the fence out here is thicker than these push rods. Probably stronger too. I reckon I could bend that with my pinky. But anyway, that's what the head of a OHV Honda brush cutter engine looks like. I'll pull the timing cover off and we'll have a look at that next. It's all very microscopic, all these little parts. I don't know, with the condition of this valve I don't reckon I'll ever get it. Oh well, I don't reckon I'd be able to put a new valve straight in. I'd have to put new seats in, because that's heavily pitted and worn. Probably in a maladjusted valve clearances, I'd say. But anyway, so I'll get that timing cover. Okay, so this is engineering if I've ever seen it. It just has a singular cam here with two lifter style things on the outside. So what they do is, there's a push rod there that will go up to the head here. I've just reinstalled it for, the purpose of the video. Anyway, this cam turns around and pushes these little lifter type mechanisms outward, which in turn pushes the push rod upwards. So it's actually quite ingenious in how these work. The Japs are very smart in what they do. So anyway, obviously for every 4 turns of the crankshaft, this cam revolves once and just pushes these little lifter mechanisms just like that. It's like your knee. If you can imagine someone pushing on your ankle and your knee's this pivot here, it sort of just pushes up like that. It's quite, quite good. So that's the engine completely dismantled. The only thing left in it's the spark plug and these valve train parts here. But apart from that, I'll have to have a look at the valve in the head there and see whether the seat, I can replace the seat or what I can do to recondition the engine. But by the look of it, I think she's pretty well worn, so I might just clean the valve up, put it back in. If she runs, she runs. If she doesn't, she doesn't. Anyway, I hope someone finds this video interesting, because I know I sure did find interesting pulling it apart. It's just, such a miniature little engine. It's very ingenious actually. Yeah, but this little cover here covers up, there's a bearing in here and that covers up your timing gears, and then the magneto bolts back on this up here. So anyway, alright, well I suppose I'll see you later.